In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up your physical Android device so that you can go ahead and test and run your Android applications on your phone that you've created with Android Studio. So in order to set up your physical Android device, the first thing you're going to need to do is actually plug it into the computer that you're developing your application on. So once you plug in your phone, if you're on a Windows operating system, hopefully the drivers for that device will automatically start downloading. And you'll know that they've downloaded, or you'll know that they are downloading if you see there should be two little windows here at the bottom that show that something's installing, right? If you find that your drivers are not installing automatically, don't worry. There's two ways that you can find these drivers. You can either search for your phone and then follow that keyword with drivers. So for example, if I had the Samsung Galaxy S6, I would type into Google Samsung Galaxy S6 drivers, and then it would, hopefully within the first, one or two links, it will link me to the page where I can download the drivers. That's the first way you can get it if Windows doesn't automatically install your drivers. The second way is you can go to this site here, right? I will zoom in on this URL for you, and you can find your manufacturer and you can download your drivers like this. So for example, if I have a Samsung device, I will click here and it will lead me to the drivers page and all that kind of good stuff. So this is another way. Just find your manufacturer of your phone, click on the link, and then follow the install instructions for your drivers. Great. So that was the first two steps. Plug in your phone, download your drivers. If you're on a Mac, I believe you don't need to download the drivers. It should work automatically. Great. So from there, what we're going to want to do after we've downloaded our drivers is we're going to pull up in our phone here, and I will show you mine. So this is my phone. From your phone, after you've plugged it all in, you're going to want to click on your settings. So your settings location might be different than mine. I'm going to click on my settings. From there, we're going to go to the About Device section in our settings. And once again, that might be in a different location than mine. Just for some reference here, I am running, my device is the Samsung Galaxy S5. So if you have the same device, this is going to be a lot easier for you. So you'll click on About Device. And then you're going to go to, where is it? Build number. So you're going to click on build number precisely 7 times, right? So once you do that, it will say developer mode, click on this 5 more times, 4 more times, until eventually you've clicked on it enough and it should say developer mode enabled. And if you have any doubt if developer mode has been enabled, you can click on it once again and it should say developer mode has already been turned on, right? Great. So once developer mode has been turned on, you're going to go back and you're going to find the developer options. Once again, my options are right here next to the About device. Yours might be in a different location or look a little bit different. So I'm going to click on developer options. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable USB debugging. That's the first thing you guys are going to want to do. So enable USB debugging. And once I do this, my software is going to go a little bit crazy. We'll kind of fast forward through all that craziness. So I'm going to click and enable USB debugging. It'll ask me, USB debugging is intended for development purposes only. You can go ahead and click OK on that. As I promised, my software went a little bit crazy. I'm going to go ahead and try and get that reconnected as fast as I can. Great. So now that I got my software back up and running, this is precisely the thing I wanted to show you. So you'll notice that it says allow US debugging. After you allow it, it'll say the computer's RSA key fingerprint is, what you're going to want to do, you need to ensure that you click OK. But before you click OK, I would recommend you click on this always allow this computer so that you don't have to keep clicking OK every time you plug this in for development. So I would recommend you click on always allow this computer and then finally OK. And then once you've done that, you should have a device that can run and test your Android application. So let's double check that my device will work. I'm going to click on Android Studio and I'll click on this play button here. So you'll notice I have my device right here. So if you've done everything correctly, you should have your device also posted as well. If you don't have your device, one of those steps that we went through, you probably did incorrectly, or maybe you didn't download the correct drivers. There could be a few things that went wrong. Most likely it's your drivers, so I would say look for the proper drivers and then follow the rest of the instructions, and you should see your device up and running here. Alright guys, so that's how we set up our physical device for testing and running our applications with Android Studio. I will see you in the next video.